Hey folks, welcome back. This is Chris in Central Pennsylvania. Earlier today, I commented on a Newzroom Africa post in which they did an interview with someone, an academic, about Naledi Pandor being in the United States right now on a diplomatic mission for the government of South Africa, trying to repair the diplomatic relationship between the U.S. and South Africa.
Pretoria reported to have sent a delegation to Washington in a bid to mend diplomatic ties.
Never mind the foolhardy concept of Naledi Pandor, the woman who called and congratulated Hamas on its heroic victory on October 7th, 2023, which was not a heroic victory, but more terrorist action. Never mind that. This is the one largely responsible for the breach in U.S.-South Africa relations. But an interesting thing happened. It seems that Newzroom Africa, shortly after I posted my video, completely unrelated to my video, I'm sure, they removed that post and the video is gone. So you can no longer find the report about Naledi Pandor being here. So some people are telling me, Chris, you got it wrong. I didn't get it wrong. I commented on a news media report from South Africa, which I thought was hilarious. I found it quite comical, to say the least, that they would send Naledi Pandor here. So maybe she's in the States, who knows? Bottom line is that the government of South Africa is disavowing knowledge of that, apparently. And so Newzroom 24, rather than correct the record, simply removed the post. I leave my post up. If I'm incorrect, I'll admit it. Were they incorrect? Did they jump the gun? Or has the government of South Africa backed off? Ask yourself this question. Why is the government saying that it's only a month from now in April of 2025 when they're going to try to send a team here after telling us 2 weeks ago they had a team in the States that couldn't get any traction? And now they mentioned Naledi Pandor, but she's not doing it. How is it that AfriForum and Solidarity and the Democratic Alliance have all got meetings in the White House, but the government of national unity can't get it? Could it be that the ANC and members of Parliament continue to insult America? The ANC continues to engage? And, you hear this little parsing, this little, it's a party-to-party thing. It's not the government of South Africa, it's the ANC. Well, yeah, you're missing the point. The ANC cooperating with Iran on commercial, military, and nuclear arrangements. It was right there in the executive order. Not to mention what they did with Israel and the Gaza situation. So sending one of the people most directly responsible for breaching that relationship is not a good idea. And waiting until April to send someone over here? Donald Trump does things on a 24-hour basis. You wait till April, there may not be anything left for South Africa to talk about at that point. $20 billion two-way trade relationship, foreign aid, the Green Energy, Just Energy Transition Fund, and who knows what else. Anyway, at this hour, it appears that the Newzroom Africa report has been rescinded. I don't know if they're editing it, putting it back up, or they're interviewing somebody else, but it is a little disturbing. And I didn't get it wrong. I was commenting on a Newzroom Africa post that just really made me shake my head. Maybe they shook their head too. Or maybe the government of South Africa intended to have Naledi Pandor here, and then they backed out of it after the public found out about it. That's not the first time. The other time I've noticed in the media that they've had their talons pulled back was in the Seshego land grab. Remember, it was SABC that broke that story of people invading, occupying, and taking land in the name of expropriation without compensation just days after Ramaphosa signed that into law. Yeah, 23rd of January, they were doing this early February, taking land, occupying it, seizing, confiscating land. Yes, not the government, but people illegitimately confiscating land. And the government keeps saying there's been no confiscations of land. Well, of course there have. It just hasn't been by the government. It doesn't change the fact that someone's land has been stolen. If the government doesn't go out and reverse it and kick the people off the land, then it's confiscation. And oh, by the way, what is the status of Seshego and what is the status of the land grabs in East London? We don't know because the press reported immediately because it was a breaking story. But then someone, an editor or someone in the government, made them stop reporting on those stories. Ask yourself why. If expropriation without compensation is necessary to right historical wrongs, if it's not morally wrong, if it's not a violation of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and a clear violation of South Africa's Section 25 of the Constitution, then why are you hiding it? You should proudly be displaying it. Well, some of them are, but they're opposition parties like EFF, not the ruling GNU. What say you, South Africa? I'm not believing anything that's coming out of there, out of the media's mouth. So, Naledi Pandor, was she their representative? If she was, there's some pretty stupid people.